From ThousandIslandsDiscGolf.com, we bring you a FLYBOY Canada first-class full-flight conversation. You'll be listening in to Anastasios, Brian, and Greg as we explore the unique world of disc golf. We'll be talking about living the disc golf life in Brockville, from the joys of being on the courses in our backyard to digging deeper into the very community that surrounds them. Join us as we unbag all that's waiting for you to experience.
Disc golf, yeah. Disc golf, yeah.
So you got labeled with the sickness.
I did. Knocked out for the entire weekend.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah. I'm sure no one wants to hear about it, but it's a complete waste of time being sick.
Yeah.
So inside for the weekend and slowly got better, and here I am today. So never mind my weekend. What'd you guys do?
Well, we hung out with your son at Brass Racks.
Yeah, he was in town for the weekend, and we played some pool.
Sam's Brass Racks. I played pool with you there.
We did, yeah.
And how long have you been going there?
We've been attending events there for probably 6 years, maybe longer. We go every now and then for the live music, and then I go sometimes to play some pool. And they keep hours that are compatible with my lifestyle.
It's like a neighborhood bar.
It is. It's a lot of regulars there too, and I've been in sometimes, and I've looked around, and there wouldn't be that many people there, but I would know most of them, or they'd be my relatives.
Right. And when you and I were there,
Yep.
Anastasios, we just Moses up to the bar.
That was a good bar hang.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, that's probably the thing I liked about it the most is that, I mean, the pool is great. That's
Right.
got some decent tables and stuff,
Yep.
but it's actually like a neighborhood bar without being scuzzy.
Exactly, it's got that vibe, and there's the live music thing too. Like it's a pretty cool venue to play.
Lots of live music there.
Yeah. I think it's It hits all the notes for me.
Yeah.
The pool, the live music, and like you said, the bar.
Yeah.
The bar was great.
There is
The thing that I liked about it was, and I noticed, was that they didn't play music there. And if I recall correctly, when you and I played pool there, you actually had to pull out your portable.
Did I have my speaker?
You did. You had your
Wow.
speaker.
I was really thinking that.
And it was. So I remembered to ask her when we were there. I was like, "You guys don't play music?" And she was like, "No, we'll give you a speaker if you want one to take to your pool table or whatever." But
Yeah,
they
right.
really just
Right.
want people talking.
Yeah.
They want
that's what everyone's doing there, right? They're
Yeah.
hanging out and meeting their friends. It's like cheers.
Well, we've been going there on Sundays, for an hour, like literally an hour and a half, maybe beer, Sunday afternoon beer, and play a couple rounds of pool. What was that evilness that just fell? Oh, that's my fault. So yeah, we've been going there and people just chatting away, whatever. And I was trying to pay attention to the sound quality in there because it was, it's just nice hearing the balls and the cues and the conversation in the background. I'm like, the only thing by the pool tables is that they have like the furnace there and you can actually hear it kick on. But at the front, they've got this nice little table. There's no noise up there other than people talking. Right. And I think maybe that's a good place to do the live podcast from.
Cool.
And drink some 50.
Drink some 50, some delicious 50.
Right on. Well,
That'd be kind of neat, right?
That'd be very cool.
Invite some people to come hang out and just sort of sit around and put them on the hot seat for a few minutes at a time.
Right. Yeah, that's great idea.
Yeah.
I like that place. Good place to do it. I never thought of the live podcast thing.
Well,
cool, man.
Got to give it a shot, right?
Yeah.
Figure out
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, buy this fancy gear and everything. You better be able to take it somewhere.
Yeah.
But
and play some pool.
And then be able to play some pool. Yeah.
At the end of the day, if it doesn't work, you're playing pool.
That's right.
Yeah, right on.
Well, we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens.
Competitive pool.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, it matters. It matters who wins.
Yeah, absolutely. Right on. So one of the, forgot to mention, you guys, when we were talking last week, answering those questions, and we were talking about Weiser's 3 as being the best place to sort of start your game as a beginner. I get my UDisc reports for every course every month.
The analytics?
The analytics.
Yeah.
And I was interested to find out that Wisers 3 was actually the most scored course in Brockville for the month of January. I'm not going to give you
Most scored, like most rounds?
most rounds scored on UDisc.
Right
yeah.
on, right on.
Yeah, most time on the course, most rounds on the course.
Right.
Beating out FLYBOY Canada 1 goes to show you that what kind of disc golf people like playing, and well, UDisc users, of course.
Yes,
This is a UDisc score,
okay.
so I mean that's not. It doesn't account for everybody, but it's
Right.
just it's a number, right?
No.
Yeah, a little less plodding through the snow than FLYBOY Canada 1.
Yeah.
It's a little bit longer trail there. So here you can do one round at Wisers 3, or you could do 2 rounds if you're still feeling it. Yeah, squeeze some rounds in and not lose your disc.
Yeah.
Cool. My next, when the snow is down enough, my next round will be at Wisers 3, so I can include myself on these conversations.
Yeah.
I'm not playing FLYBOY 1, Canada 1 till the Wisers gets done.
Sucker.
Right about now, it could be good. Enough snow has melted that it'd be a good time to get back out there.
I'm looking forward to spring to come. I'm done with this winter.
Me too.
And
Hey man, did you leave this here for a reason? What is this?
no, I just brought that home from work. Yeah, I work at Henderson, and we print those catalogs, and I just brought it home to look at it to make sure it's all good.
Mermaids 2025.
Mermaids at the
At
Aquatarium.
the Aquatarium. Cool.
Yeah, man.
March 1st to 16th.
That sounds like a calendar.
Well, I think it kind of is a calendar.
Yeah, some pictures of mermaids in here.
You big Mermaid fan?
What's the deal with this thing though?
For 2 weeks at the Aquatarium, they bring in these mermaids, and kids from all over come and check out the mermaids. Fun stuff for kids.
Are these local mermaids or traveling mermaids?
It says they're from different countries, and Australia. And all
There's
this.
right here, Ireland.
Irish mermaids.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to be redheads.
There's a couple there, yeah. Great Lakes, of course.
Oof.
Yeah. What else we
Cold
got?
water mermaids.
Yeah, it's probably good for kids. I mean, it's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
good for kids. I
It'll-
think
yeah.
it's the 3rd year they've done it now.
Yeah, it's. I do know my cousin from Kingston comes down with her daughter, and she's coming again this year for the one of the shows, and they're going to come and visit us as well.
So they're repeat customers for the mermaids.
They are. I don't know if it's their 2nd or 3rd year down, but it's a treat.
You gonna check it out?
There's like a gala or a party or something that goes along with this whole thing, right?
Yeah, it's the Friday night before, I think.
Okay. I think with Helianor, I think I might have played this thing once. I just really don't remember. I remember like there was like a casino kind of
Yeah,
thing going on.
that's
but
right.
I don't remember the mermaids per se.
It's
I
a
don't know
great
why.
gala.
Yeah.
Was
I've
that
got-
last year?
No, it's a few years back.
Okay, so they've
Yeah.
been around a few years.
Yeah.
It wasn't last year. Last year they had like a swing band.
Okay.
And then I don't know what they're doing this year because there's a theme is Mardi Gras for the gala. But it's it's a great night. I mean, everybody's dressed up. Everybody's there from.
Yeah, I don't get invited to many of those.
Yeah, I'm not there unless I'm playing them.
Is it your clothes or your personality?
I'm not even going to answer that. I don't think I want to know.
Do you wear suits very often?
Once in a while, I dust them off. One of the bands I play with out of Ottawa called the Kingmakers, which is a rockabilly kind of swing deal combo, if you will. Yeah, we all suit up for that show. So I think
That's cool. That's classy.
It's fun music to play as well. Last time we played a show was in Brockville for the Red, White, and Blues Rockabilly Festival. That was
That's a fun festival.
Yeah, it was great.
I've done a few things with that over the years. It's fun too.
Nice. Always good bands, right?
Yeah, but no mermaids at that one. Although I have done the boat cruise with the music for the rockabilly, and
cool.
that was pretty cool. But again, no mermaids at that one,
Right.
so it's not going to stand
So
up
maybe
to the
you should-
Aquatarium.
Maybe you should go to this thing.
Yeah,
Adam Driver's going to be there.
Yeah, I saw.
Really?
Yeah, he's over here. Hold on, give me 1 sec.
I didn't
There
know.
he is, right here. That's Hollywood, man. 1 minute you're on top, the next
You're a merman.
You're a merman. Now, come on. How many folk stories have you heard with mermen?
Yeah, 0.
Yeah, 0.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to be there. Maybe Nicolas Cage will be there too.
I didn't see him in the brochure. Are you sure? Is that a secret?
Cameo. He's
Oh,
going to do a cameo.
Right.
You'll recognize him from his probably Strange Flippers. Yeah, well, I don't think you're going to catch me down there. That's for sure. It's great. I'd love to support them, but it's just probably not the thing for me. I'm more of the Sam's brass rack type.
Anastasia is on his phone. I think he's looking for tickets.
You guys want to go?
If
I'll buy the first round.
Yeah.
Think about it. We got
Hemorrhaging.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, we'll think about it, and then
Let me know.
We'll take a break, and we'll come back and see what happens.
Disc golf, yeah.
The Gala.
Greg, where you at?
Where am I at? I'm at the Mermaid Gala.
The Gala.
What are you doing?
I'm eating some Cajun food. It is very good.
Asses, where are we now?
I think we're at the mermaid thing, man. The Gala.
And I've already lost like 150 chips.
Oh, the whole thing.
Do you want fives too?
Whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna bet it all anyways.
Okay.
Brian, where are we tonight?
We are at the Mermaid Gala.
The Gala.
And there's mermaids.
There's a ton of fantastic looking Brockvillians here, all dressed up to the nines. I mean, if there's one event in Brockville that everybody gets dressed up in formal wear, this has got to be it.
The Gala.
I'm a Brockvillian.
And you're dressed up pretty good, buddy.
Thank you. This is a great time. A lot of people here. Lots of gambling going on.
It's all charity gambling.
What's your favorite game that you went at tonight?
Pigs.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I did.
There's a gambling game where you throw pigs, and whatever side they land on, you get points. You are really good at pigs.
I got pigs on their back, pigs on their feet. I didn't get any pigs on their nose though.
Wow.
That's the
impossible.
major win.
That's the royal flush of pigs. The Gala.
You know, everybody's working really hard. Theme is Mardi Gras. Costumes, everybody's dressed up, wearing Mardi Gras stuff, beads all over the place. I mean, it's a good time. It's fantastic. And we've got the mermaids in the tank swimming. We got a band playing. We got gambling. I mean, I think they really pulled it off this year. What do you guys think?
I give it 4.8 stars of 5.
That's pretty generous.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
good
where that
from
came
you.
from, but yeah.
Good luck to the Mermaid Festival this year. We've enjoyed ourselves. We might have had one too many drinks. I don't know. We did get a shot or two with a couple of mermaids and some other stupid stuff we'll post online.
Yeah.
I dragged the boys out. We had a good time.
Thanks for dragging us both out.
Thanks,
it's a good
Brian.
time, man. Thanks, Brian. The Gala.
Disc golf, yeah.
All right, we're back. I've been following on Reddit the Innova GM, Coben Denapace. He's just so incredibly transparent, and he seems to be paying attention to absolutely everything that's being said about Innova. There was a post a few days ago about somebody saying that this company AGL is partnering up with Innova, and they're a disc manufacturer from Northern California. We haven't seen a lot of theirs, but theirs is their products have always been kind of like regrind. So regrind is basically the same as Prodigy's reblend.
Okay.
So it's not a recycled plastic. It's not like you give me your disc, your old disc. It's just cut
They're
back
using
down.
the rejects.
The rejects, yeah, and the regrind, and so Innova's calling it regrind, and I think that's kind of exactly the same thing as reblend with Prodigy. But anyway, so this guy was talking about how excited they are about this stuff. Coben's response, he says, "We've been making discs with regrind plastic since we started manufacturing discs, and we try to never throw away any discs. All of the regrind that we make is utilized to make more disc. Echo is on average near 100% recycled, but we only guarantee that it's 50% recycled in case specific mold can't be run with 100% recycled, though that's rarely the case in brackets. And their G-Star is around 25 to 40% recycled." So I didn't even know this. I didn't even know that G-Star had any sort of recycled
me neither.
plastic whatsoever.
Right.
And I find that interesting because I'm a fan of the G-Star plastic.
Me too. I have a G-Star. I have G-Star Leopard. That's beautiful. It feels great. Nice disc.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just not something I really knew about G-Star, but that's just another bonus that there's and they've been doing it forever, they say. So that's incredible. So I got a question for you. It's like, because we talked last week about how many discs we own, how many discs are too many.
Yes, I remember.
Is there any kind of do you have any thoughts about the fact that you're playing a sport where the main object that you're using is plastic and that you're
Don't ruin this for me, man.
How many did you buy?
Yeah. All of a sudden, I feel I'm. To be honest, that's kind of heavy duty. I've never really thought of it like that because of oh my gosh, I'm never gonna, unless I break one, I'm never gonna discard one or ever have to think about getting rid of it. So I'm not gonna think of this as me. I don't want to think of disc golf as damaging the environment. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just they're gonna get used. Oh man, Greg, say something. I don't know.
Well, you know what? So much of the recycle talk is all about single-use plastic, and I am proud to say my discs are not single-use.
There you go.
They do get used over and over. So I'm into the reuse, not the reduce or the recycle. So I'm in reuse. I have lost very few discs.
Right.
So even though I bought 41 discs and still have 40 of them, I can say that I'm not harming the environment too much with.
So your footprint isn't too big. Well, your let's face it, your footprint is tiny. We've already established that.
Yeah. Well, my disc golf footprint, yes. But no, like even when it comes down to throwing over a lake, I get really nervous about putting my disc into the lake and losing it. Yeah. But I never thought of it as losing it and putting it into the environment. I just hadn't thought about that. But I mean, so I don't do it.
Yeah, I know it sounds like a weird question to ask. I mean, we're probably probably so much plastic and everything else we use, whatever. But they're making a big deal out of it. The manufacturers, Trash Panda is I think Trash Panda is the only company that's actually trying to recycle old discs.
Bring your disc in and recycle it.
Exactly.
Wow.
But they're making a big deal. Every company has a recycled disc, right?
Yeah.
And they're using it as a selling point. So that's appealing to a certain demographic or niche or whatever.
Sure.
Well, the difference with the manufacturer recycling is if they didn't recycle, it goes to waste. It goes to landfill. It goes to wherever. They're not putting it to landfill. When we buy our discs, they're not going to landfill. I've got 2 that I would like to go to landfill. That D3 has got to go, or I'm going to tell somebody a story that it's really great and sell it to them.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, it throws really well. It can flip over, no problem.
Right.
But a manufacturer that recycles or reuses their waste, that's always a bonus.
No, I like the premise of that. From Innova and from Prodigy as well. I'm not thinking too much environment. Like you said, you said it way better. I'm repeating what you're saying, but at the end of the day, like, those plastics feel great too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's a win-win. The company's not wasting this stuff. It's coming back into our hands. You and I, as disc golfers, we're not harming the environment by participating in this sport. I'll never think of it that way.
We're encouraging them to make more.
Yeah.
But we're not contributing to the waste yet.
Right.
I mean, my discs aren't going to go to the landfill probably till I'm gone.
Right, so that's what you're going to leave behind. That's your legacy. 40 discs. That's not much of a legacy.
Oh, no. I might have. I could even be as high as 50 by then.
By the time you're dead.
Oh, no, I'll probably buy more.
Right.
Right? There's always a better disc out there.
Hey, look, the world has. I mean, your recycling bin is made of plastic.
That's it. It's. I think of this all the time, but it's just everywhere. Like those little pieces that your price tag is attached to your clothing, like all these micro chunks of plastic that are floating around. Every time I finish a roll of poo bags, there's that plastic,
that hard cylinder.
Yeah, like where's that going to end up?
They're all single use though, right? Like they're going straight once through the service and then going to waste or recycle. And I mean, there's so much now where they say only 10% of what we're recycling is actually making it to recycle. And I don't know the numbers, but I wish it was higher, and I'd like to see more recycling and reused. And if they make some good discs, I'd be interested.
I just sit in my room and I see my stack of discs. I mean, we're talking about my own personal TV room, and I see my stack of discs.
Like 47?
What's that? yeah, one more than Greg. And I just, I look over the corner of my eye and I'm like, oh, wow, And no, it doesn't really bother me because I've got a plan. My plan is when I'm close to the end, I'm going to, donate, obviously, all the best usable, reusable discs out into the world so people can enjoy it. That's fine. But Ed Henrik, who created the game of disc golf, when he passed away, and he worked for Whammo and Frisbee and all that, and when he passed away, he decided his final wish was to be cremated, and his ashes to be injected into discs so that he would be flying forever. Yeah, we actually have one of his Frisbees at the store on display.
Wow,
that's pretty cool.
That has his own.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly. And I'll show it to you. It's pretty amazing. So that's where his ashes went. So he's always flying, and that's fantastic. My plan is I'm going to be cremated.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm also it's going to be in my will that I'm going to have a casket. And so my one bag of cremation will be at the top of that, and all of my favorite discs will fill that casket. They will be buried with me. So
what do you mean fill? Phil, how many favorite discs will you have?
As many as it takes to fill that casket.
He's got them already.
Hey, I own that land, right? I'm not going to. That's my land, so.
Right.
What do you think? Good idea? Bad idea?
I'm going to do something similar.
Not me. I'm going to sign all of mine, which will make them collector editions, and they will be saved for eternity.
Jeez.
Right?
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, somebody's going to write over top of your signature, throw this disc into the woods.
Yeah. There'll be a line through your name and their new phone number.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about something else.
Disc golf, yeah.
Hey guys, happy Wednesday. This is Art Hitzman from Prescott. Best pizza in Brockville is definitely Thousand Islands, and the best in Prescott, definitely Nick's Pizzeria. Now on to my disc golf question. There is so much content on the internet on how to throw, especially on form. One person will say do this, and the next will say something different. Do you have a specific clip or instructor you recommend new players to watch? Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Well, a real caller.
It's good that somebody's taking advantage of it.
It's interesting to hear that there's good pizza in Prescott, too.
Are you familiar with this place, Nick's?
I have not been to it, no. But, challenge accepted.
There you go.
Yeah. We've heard that before.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah. Mac and cheese. I don't want to bring it up again. I've spent some time in Prescott. Nick's is a good pizza. I guess there's a Milano's there. Not I guess. I know there is. And I've tried some of that pizza, and it was pretty good, too.
Well, good on Art for expanding our pizza scope. Exactly. Yeah. Good for him.
I didn't know the scope was going outside of Brockville. I mean,
pizza, the universal language.
I know you don't want to talk about pizza anymore because you know what I'm going to say.
No.
I think you know what I'm going to say, and if you don't, you should be afraid.
Right.
In one of our first conversations about pizza, there was a comment about pineapple.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Hold on. Wait for it. And Anastasio said, what?
Pineapple should not be on a pizza.
Okay, hold on. And wasn't he also very proud of the fact that both Luna's and Thousand Islands were Greek?
People.
And do you know who invented Hawaiian pizza?
My dad?
It was a Greek man.
I know. I'm sure he did. We invented everything, but
Oh, that's a proud moment. Even pineapple.
Yeah.
All right, we digress. Let's get to his question. So his question was, there's so much information on the web.
Absolutely.
Who do you follow? And do you recommend somebody because you don't know what's
like a specific clip or a go-to instructor, if you will?
Do you have a?
I really like the question because I know it's exactly on point. There is so much out there, and when I first started, like he said, it's like one guy is telling you, it's like you're elbowing somebody, lead with your elbow, and the next guy's like, no, it all starts from your hips, and I don't know what's right. I really like it. It gets to the point where it's too much. I don't even know what I'm doing right now because I'm overthinking it. There's got to be something out there that's kind of simple, that's going to get you on the right track. What would you recommend to somebody that's starting out? You should see this.
Okay, it's a tough question because the internet is very long, and I'm not really going to give you the answer that you want.
Okay.
It's really tough to do. There's so much information out there being taught by so many different people who have so many different styles.
Right.
And unfortunately, the truth is that you have to find everything. One guy's style might fit your style more than another guy's style. The one thing I do feel confident about is know what your question is. Okay, know what your specific question is. It's not how do I throw farther. That's so vague and it's so ridiculous.
That's what. Sorry to cut you off, but that's what a lot of those videos are. It's like, do this and you'll throw 300 feet.
Yeah, that's ridiculous stuff. My thinking is, one, follow a pro player doing clinics.
Right.
Okay? Any pro player, doesn't matter how old the footage is, whether it's Will Schusterick from years ago, or Paul Euler, or Nate Sexton, or Ricky Wysocki. Reason number one, they've already been paid for it. They're actually paid to do that clinic.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
A lot of the stuff that's come out these days now is by guys who want to be coaches. These clinics the pro players did back in the day was, I have to make you throw better right now so that you buy my disc before you leave the clinic.
Right.
When you come to the store and I give people beginner stuff, I'm not giving them information that's going to help their game become the best that they can be. I'm saying to a brand new player, here are the few basic rules that means that you won't throw sky high. Keep them low, keep them blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We go through this whole routine, and before they even leave the shop, they're like, oh, I can throw a disc. You know, like, it doesn't mean that that's the way they're going to throw the disc for the rest of their life. That's just like...
It's going to get them out the door, get them excited. Yeah.
And that's it. That's my job.
Yep.
Beginners, go play.
Right.
Don't feel defeated first round. But there's so much content out there, like Philo Brathwaite, his upshot video, about how like throwing a mid-range upshot, it's unbelievable. Nate Sexton has some incredible forehand videos.
So what you're saying here is, pick a pro player and sort of follow. But is that more for the beginner or for someone that's trying to make their game better?
Well, these clinics are great because these pro players don't necessarily know who they're talking to, right? They don't know what level you're at.
Beginner, advanced, middle, or so semi-pro like I am.
So they generally start out. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, delayed response on that one. It took a minute to sink in.
I tried to keep it down, but sorry. Go ahead.
I just tried to slip it in.
But in a clinic, they're talking to multiple people. So they don't know what level they're necessarily at. So they start with the basics and then they push through to more advanced. These guys are really good. They know how to talk to people because that's their job on that clinic. They just want people to be happy. And then I think there's something in there. I think there's nuggets of real gold in there. That's what I really think. Figure out what the question is. If you have a specific question, how can I do this? How can I do that? How can I do that? You'll find the answers. Where you get that information from, make sure you know who that person is that you're listening to. If a guy's telling you he's a coach,
right?
Well, what does that mean? I'm a coach and I'm giving you all of my... I'm a chef and I know how to make the best
pizza
in the world. Why don't you come in here and I will tell you how to make that best pizza that I've took 20 years to master. I'm going to tell you. Like, that's the whole thing. How many people are going to actually tell you the truth, right? Like,
or be able to express that, in the right way. Yeah, I like that thinking because when I first started, really going down that wormhole, I gravitated towards the clinic stuff because I felt like, that was there's some nuggets in there, like you said, like, it was information presented, not like a quick clip to get my attention. It was like, this is part of the process. This is what you're going to learn today.
That's right.
Yeah, like
exactly.
That's a
moment in time. I've got a moment in time. There's nothing more that I'd love to do is to figure out how many people in Brockville would really like to take lessons, and then we all get together and figure out how do we get Lance. I believe it's like Lance Henriksen from Ontario. He's coached everybody, and get him out and do a clinic as well.
Pretty cool.
there's just so much information that's being pushed out there as video content about how you can do things. And it's like nothing works in the real world. The next most important thing, I'm sorry if I am babbling and I apologize, but screw videos. Like, screw watching videos. The best thing you can do to figure out your throw
is, can I take a guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Field work.
No, that is absolutely true. Field work.
Good way to do it.
But it's been said many times, this is not new, whatever. But if you've got a buddy, you and a buddy together,
yeah,
film each other's throws.
Right.
Because there's nothing like when you look at a film footage of you throwing a disc and you look at it and you go, oh my God, I look like a strangled duck. Like that doesn't look anything like a pro. That doesn't look like anything like this or whatever. But it jars your brain into thinking, no, you're not doing it right. You think you're doing something right, but no, that's vomit on toast.
Right.
It doesn't even look like it is humanly possible to get a disc to fly based on that wobble dobble, super bobble, upchuck. And when you look back at that, you're embarrassed, and of course it doesn't look good, but then that triggers something in your brain. Okay, I'm definitely doing something wrong, because we don't pay attention to what we're doing.
Right.
And your best teacher is yourself.
If you can pay attention to that and be consistent about the way you're throwing, I think that could bring you a long way. I haven't watched a lot of videos. I haven't had a lot of instructions. But the thing is, if I probably watched some of these, I'd pick up a technique. And if I could just be consistent on one technique, I think my throws would get better. And then once I've got that that's working for me, I would want to get another, maybe my footwork, to make it just a little bit better. For me, I just want to do a little bit at a time. So I might watch a whole clinic and only get one thing out of it.
Right.
That's it.
But I think it would be worth it. And you know what? I'm starting to think maybe I'll do that.
Yeah. So I don't know how serious you were about this. We never really got deep into it, but you did coach soccer, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the thing about a coach is that he's watching you.
Absolutely.
This is as simple as it gets.
That's his job.
The coach is to watch you play, right? And go, oh, he's doing that wrong.
And you can't fix everything at once.
No, of course not. Of course
you
not.
take a team of kids that you're coaching, and you can fix one item at a time.
Sure.
A coach is somebody who watches you play. And that's exactly what I'm getting at when we talk about taking a video of yourself. Mm-hmm. And you see yourself doing something, you go, well, that can't be right. Like, it's as simple as that. That can't be right. So then when you go to the videos, you can understand what they're talking about a little bit better, right?
You have a frame of reference.
That's right.
Okay.
But to answer the question, what are some names that people can go out and look at? Just some top names here that they can throw into YouTube and have those names come up.
Philo Brathwaite, again, the upshot one alone, everybody should be paying attention.
He also, sorry to cut in, but he also has a great one on putting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
See, that's, I know you're going to make that list, but you as you're searching, you find the guys that you also kind of connect with as well, and then you go down that road. Keep going with the list. I'm very excited.
Another one is Dynamic Disc. Danny Linhall was very good at what he taught. He spoke the right way. Yeah. Wasn't a pro player, but so he's probably the exception to the rule of everybody else.
Okay.
All right, so here's the gold, though. This is not about a coaching, but this is about science of disc golf in understanding how discs fly, understand the right thing. There's a YouTube page called Best Disc Golf Discs. Again, that's Best Disc Golf Discs.
Got it.
And they're no longer around, but their stuff is still up on YouTube, and they use diagrams and they explain Anheuser, flex shots.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, and he's a great narrator. Yeah. He narrates, and everything is like pointed out. They explain everything.
It's kind of like the test kitchen of disc golf. Do you know Test Kitchen, American's Test Kitchen?
No, I don't.
Okay. Anyways, but it's like they really break it down, like
they don't really break it down.
Okay, I'm thinking something else.
No, they do break it down.
Yeah,
but they do it in colorful ways that are easy to absorb. It's not in-depth stuff.
How old are these videos?
Well, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know, but I'm putting my hand up because it sounds like this is what I need.
Yeah, no. Best Disc Golf Disc is kind of like when you sit there and you go tailwinds, incoming winds, whatever, they've only got a limited amount of videos, but these guys did it great.
Okay.
And it's so easy. You just you look, you pay attention. This is what an S-Flex does. This is best disc golf discs on YouTube.
Okay.
Is a winner to understanding, and you watch them over and over and over again. They're
Good
easy
for the beginner too.
Oh, they are the beginner.
So that might be a good place for a beginner to start.
Absolutely.
Go from there and then get some basics and then look at a clinic with a pro player and grow from there. And be all ready for the spring season.
That's it.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. It's been another great conversation. I think it's time for us to zip up the bag on this one until our next round.
Cheers.
Play on.